Okay, good to have you guys. So today I'm having some strawberries. I went out picking strawberries today, so kind of have, this one. They're really good. Okay, enough of strawberries. Let's get into our lesson. All right, so today is a continuation of our introduction to Pygame, which we started a few days ago. All right, so this is what we found out. Okay, we found out that in Pygame, a window is a surface. Okay, so anything that we want to do, we do it on that surface, and then we realize that we also have a loop that is kind of where our control is. We can handle events in that loop. We can update whatever happens on the main screen or on the main surface. So these two are linked. Okay, so today what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it down for you so that you can understand what really happens in Pygame, so that it becomes easier for you. So in today's lesson, we're going to look at Pygame modules and how to initialize them. Then number two, we're going to look at how we can change the background color. So this is going to we're going to work with the display module. Okay, so that's where everything happens. So kind of like the background color, the title, and how we can add an icon to that display. All right, let me get to this website. Okay, and I think this is useful for you guys to know. So Pygame is really big. Okay, it's really huge. So within that library, there are a number of modules that you work with. Okay, to carry out particular task or certain tasks. For instance, I'm talking about the display module here, Pygame module to control the display window and the screen. So that's what we're going to work with today, right? So you should also keep it in mind that you have the draw module, you have the event module, you have the font module, you have the time module here. Okay, so if I'm to go back to our script, you guys will realize that we're working with a number of modules. Okay, so here pygame.display, you realize I was working with the display module here. Okay, and then pygame.time, you realize I was working with the time module. Is right here, pygame.time. Okay, it's for monitoring time. Okay, and then as you guys can see, pygame.event, I was here, pygame.event here, Pygame module for interacting with events, queues, and module of example program. All right, so we worked with 3 modules, and so what we need to do initially when we're working in Pygame, though it's not really of any difference, you need to put this line pygame.init. All right, so what this does is it initializes all the modules in this library. Okay, but sometimes it's not necessary to initialize all the modules. Sometimes you just want to initialize a single module or 2 modules. So how do you go about it? For instance, if I want to initialize the display module, I'll just say pygame.display.initialize, like this init, and then the init is a method. Okay, so this is how you initialize an individual module, and this is how you initialize all the modules in Pygame. Okay, so you may include this line or you may not include it. I'm not going to include this line. Okay, so this is initialization. Okay, it's important to initialize though. Okay, let's talk about this part here. Okay, so here we looked at Pygame modules and then how to initialize them, and then now we want to move on to how we can change the background. But before I get into how we change the background, I want to write a line here. I want to say from Pygame import display. All right, so this is a way to sort of like import an individual module. If I wanted to work with just one module, I'll just say from Pygame import the display module. All right, so we can actually check out. I want to print out after we quit. I want to print the dir of display, and check out the method that are within that module. Okay, so if I save this and run this, and if I close this, you will see down here, guys, I have a list of functions or methods that are within this module. I have the quit function here, I have the set caption here, I have the set attribute, iconify, I have the initialize, I have get active, I have get caption, I have toggle full screen, set mode, set icon, and set gamma and stuff like that. So I'm going to use a few of these methods to complete today's task. Okay, so in today's task, we said we want to change the background color. So which method do you think is suitable for changing the background color? Okay, and then we also said we want to change the title. So which method here do you think is suitable for changing the title and stuff like that? So you will see these methods at work. Okay, so let me pull this down, and then let us get to our first task of today. All right, so our first task for today is to change the background color. So how do we change the background color? All right, so the background color, we have our two colors here. As you guys have seen, the default background color is black. Okay, so we want to change this to white. Okay, so how do we do that? All right, so we come inside our loop where all the events are happening. We want to do what? We want to say our surface is called screen, right? Is equal screen.fill. All right, so we want to fill the screen with what? With a color white. And then after we pass this command here, we want to update our screen. We want to update our screen. Okay, so we have this method here. We have this method out here, which is say update. So we're gonna say display Pygame dot display. All right, so this is the library, and this is the module, and this is the method within that module. So we're gonna say update. All right, so this is the method, this is the module, and this is the library. So once we do this, Control save, Control B. If I run this, you will see there's a change in color. Now the color is white. Okay, so that's number one. So we are using these methods. We're using the methods that are in here within the display module. Okay, the display module is within this library, the Pygame library. So this is how we call these. If I want to call a module, a method in a module which is within a library, I have to state the library, state the module, and then state the method. But I use the dot notation. So this is what is happening here. Here we are calling the display module, which is within the Pygame library, but we're calling the set mode. If I come down here, I'll look for set mode. Are you here? Set mode here. Set mode is right here. So this is a function which is here. So I'm using it here. Okay, so you have to know what each function does. Okay, so the next thing we said, we want to change the title. Okay, so right now, what is the title? All right, I can run this and check out the title. I can see here Pygame window. We don't want that. We want to change the title. So down here, so you guys could guess what I'm supposed to be doing here. So I will just call Pygame, which is our library, and then dot display, which is our module, and then dot what? Set caption. All right, so here you have to pass in a string. So we're gonna say introduction to Pygame. This is going to be our title. So if I save this and run this, you guys will see introduction to Pygame. Okay, it's as simple as that. Simple and straightforward, isn't it? Okay, because I know what methods are within the display module. All right, the next thing we want to do, and this is the last thing we want to do, is we want to add an icon. Okay, so what is an icon? Let me run this one more time, and I want to show you an icon. Okay, if I run this, an icon, this is an icon. Okay, this little sort of like a picture here. Okay, this is the icon. So I've already downloaded an icon. If you want an icon, you could go to, I think this is the website, flaticon.com, and then you can download any icon of your choice. Okay, you can choose, let's say I want this icon. Let me see, is this for free? I'm sure. Let me see. Okay, let me cancel this. Let me choose a different one. Okay, down here. Okay, let's say I want this one. So what I have to do is click on here and say view detail. All right, once I view the details, I have to choose the pixels that I want here. So I've just chosen 32 by 32. You can choose a different one, and then you click free download here, and then it's just going to automatically download. Okay, so you download it, and then you have to save it in a directory which is the same directory with your script. Okay, so for me, I saved it in Pix. So this directory is in the same folder that I have my intro.py, which is the script that we're working on, or the file that we're working in. Okay, so right now we want to change the icon. So the first thing you want to do is you want to create, let me create a variable, and then I'm going to say, now right now an icon is an image, right? So I'm not going to be working with the display now. I'm going to be working with the image. Okay, so do we have the image module in Pygame? Let me see. Oh yeah, we do. Pygame module for image transfer. So I can work with that. So I can say pygame.image. All right, so within this image module, we have a function called load. All right, so I want to load the image. So the image is in pics. So I'm going to say quotation marks, pics / and then spaceship. Okay, make sure you save your image as a PNG file. Okay, just like that. And then if I save this, and then once I have it, now I want to put this on the display. Okay, now I've just saved this image in this variable called icon. If I run this, nothing happens, nothing changes. The icon does not change because I have not set it on the display. Now I can set this icon on the display, so I can say pygame.display. Okay, let's go to our to our functions. Which one do you think would be the appropriate method to set the icon? So we have set icon down here. I can see set _icon, and then in here we want to pass our icon. We want to pass this image into here. We could have copied this whole line in here, but it's not appropriate. Okay, so we have to set it into a variable first, and then we do this. All right, so I'm gonna save this, run this. As you guys would see here, there's a change in the icon. So now I have this spaceship. Okay, I can check out if this is true. I can double click this. As you guys can see, this is the spaceship. Okay, so I've set this as my icon here. I've set this as my icon. Okay, so I hope you guys can understand, and so what we're trying to do is to break it down so that you guys can understand what is happening here, and as you guys can see, this is how we do it. Okay, so we're taking it step by step, and I hope you guys understood what we're doing today. All right, thank you for your time. I'll see you in our next video.